Yo, what's going on, guys? We're going to talk some baseball pitching grips, and we're going to talk about changeups specifically. All right, there's a couple of different types of changeups, different grips for the changeups, and we're going to talk about the circle change, the star change, and the Vulcan. There are many more versions of the changeup when it comes to baseball pitching grips, but those are the three that we're going to talk about in this video. Okay. So first, let's talk about probably the most popular changeup, which is going to be your circle changeup. A circle changeup, they call it a circle changeup, is because on your grip, you're going to make a circle on the inside part of the ball. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a circle right here with my finger. And that's why it's called a circle changeup. What I'm doing is I'm taking my middle finger and I'm hooking it first on the, see where the big horseshoe is? I'm hooking my middle finger on the inside part of that horseshoe. Then I'm taking my ring finger and I'm hooking it on the outside part of the other part of the horseshoe. Now I'm going to take my pointer finger and I'm going to curl it down to where my thumb is also going to be just underneath on the bottom horseshoe lace. And then this pointer finger is going to come down and touch it and make that circle right there. My pinky is going to be in a comfortable position, whether it be a little bit more up or a little bit down, just in a comfortable position. I like having it down a little bit more because what you're going to do is when you throw this pitch, you're going to get it out front and then turn it over this way. You're going to take the circle and think about throwing the circle to the ground this way, okay? Throwing it to the ground this way. And you want the last thing to be touching this baseball be the inside part. You're going to feel it off of your middle finger, the inside part of your middle finger, this lace, but the last thing is going to be the inside part of your ring finger coming off this lace. And that's the spin that you want to have, so you're going to get that arm side and downward movement, okay? The circle changeup is a great changeup because you're going to get that depth on the pitch and you're going to get a little bit of arm side movement. And if you're a two-seam guy, you can throw a two-seam circle changeup or you could throw a four-seam circle changeup. So the only difference on a four-seam circle changeup is you're going to be here with the ring finger and across the four seams with the circle over here. And for the two-seam, you're going to be like I showed you, okay? So then it can look more like your fastball. So depending on whether you throw a two-seam fastball or a four-seam fastball, you could throw a four-seam circle changeup or a two-seam circle changeup. So the circle changeup is a great pitch. Obviously, your changeups want to be between 10 and 13 mile an hour difference, but with the same look as your fastball, meaning the batter should think you're throwing a fastball because that's what you want. You want that deception and the speed difference is what's going to mess them up. Because if you've got a fast pitch and a slow pitch, you're messing up a batter's timing. And that's half of the thing you're trying to do. You're trying to mess up a batter's timing and his balance. You mess up his balance by going in and out, up and down, right? So changeup, great pitch, 10 to 13 mile an hour difference, but looking like the fastball. Now, second version of the changeup we're going to throw is the star changeup, okay? Now, a star changeup is called a star changeup because when you look at it from the front, it looks like a star. You can see the points of my fingers, and it's like a star. Boom, 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 boom. Star changeup, okay? Now, this is more of a basic changeup. You can pull down on the inside part of this ball to get a little bit of that arm side movement. This one's going to move a little bit more like a almost like a reverse gyro ball than a circle changeup was going to have more of a sinker type depth. But if you do pull down on this, you can get some depth and movement on it. Or some guys just like to come straight through and just have that good change of speed on the depth of the pitch because of the release point on it. So you could also do that as well. Star changeup is also another version of the baseball pitching grips for the changeups. I don't have too many guys throw this. If they can't get the circle change, I may have them try this. Or I may have them try a Vulcan. Now this changeup is nasty. If you can control this pitch, it's very, very nasty. A lot of movement, but I will say it's a little tough to control sometimes. I threw a Vulcan for one season in pro baseball, and it worked out well, but then I switched the next season from a Vulcan to a forkball, and I just had a little more success with the forkball, so I stuck with that. But the Vulcan is sort of like a forkball or a split finger, but it's more of a change-up version, okay? So what you do on a split finger or a forkball, you're splitting with your pointer and your middle finger. For the Vulcan, you're splitting with your middle finger and your pointer finger, okay? So what I did was I went on the big horseshoe here, and I would take my middle finger and my ring finger, and I'd just come on the outside parts of those laces, and I'd split that ball pretty good, and I put my pointer finger just comfortable and my pinky finger just comfortable, and then take that thumb and go right underneath, okay? And then all you're going to do is come down and have a good wrist angle. No matter where your arm angle is, just have a good wrist angle wherever you feel comfortable and just come straight through. Now, this one's just going to have a good change of speed because you got so much separation on the ball that you're going to get automatic change of speed. So you can actually throw this one with some pretty good arm speed, which will look more like your fastball and then kind of just die off. Sometimes if you get good at it, you can get a little bit of a knuckle effect when you're going in there. If you pull down this way with it, sometimes you can get a little bit of a tumble to it, which can also be nasty. So try that one out. Guys, don't get too far down that ball on a grip because then you'll get really hard to control. It'll slip out of your hand sometimes. You just want to be on the inside part of those, on the outside part of those laces and then just coming down, okay? But you can play with the wrist angle on that one when you're throwing it. Remember, whatever change up you're trying to throw, just remember you're trying to be between 10 and 13 miles an hour, but looking like a fastball is coming. That's how you get the deception and get the batter to be off with his timing. Guys, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up, share it, leave a comment below, tell me what pitches you throw, and then click the link also in the description because I've got some more great information that I want you guys to check out about pitching, okay? So definitely go check that out, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.